I uh, I don't even want to do this. Um, Charlie Kirk was assassinated today. Um, I I don't I don't. This one took me. This one took me for a surprise. I I wasn't ready for that. It kind of took a minute to sink in. Um, and I'll fully admit I wasn't always a huge fan of Charlie Kirk. I like Charlie Kirk. I like what he did, but I always thought he was a little stuffy with the suits all the time, and I thought he needed to like lean back and chill a little bit. And now he's gone. This is I believe they have the shooter. I don't know if the they said there was someone detained, and then they said there was not someone detained. So um, NBC News says a university spokesperson said authorities did not have a suspect in custody. The school previously said in an alert the police had detained a suspect. Um, I want to be angry. I want to be mad. I want justice, but I don't know. I don't know. I heard about this right as I got off work, um, and the whole ride home from work was me trying to figure out what happened, what what was going on. The last I heard, he was in stable condition in the hospital, and um, then Trump made his post that Charlie had passed. Um, and I'm going to be honest, there wasn't a whole lot. Um, there wasn't a whole lot that could have been done. He was shot in the throat. I mean, there's not a lot you can do there. I was gonna show I was gonna play the video, but I just can't do it. I just can't show it. Um, I, I can't. I can't. There's enough of it out there. Charlie's kids are gonna see that one day. That's Yeah, I can't. I can't do that. So if you came here to see what happened, I'm sorry. You got to find it on your own. I watched it probably 5 or 6 times, and it just the first time like was not real. I've seen a lot of people die. I've watched a lot of people die, but that one hit hard. I I wasn't ready for this. I was ready to talk about a bunch of other stories. I wasn't ready for this. This was this one caught me from way out in left field. I have stories. They've all been updated. I had a timeline, but all the stories have been updated. Um, yeah, I mean, New York Times has it. NBC News has it. Um, Newsweek has all of it. According to Newsweek, the suspect remains at large. Um, Trump announced Charlie's death on Truth Social. I think Trump wrote the story. Um, yeah, there's never a situation where this is okay. Murdering someone because you disagree with their opinions. Do you wonder how long the shooter stared at him? It's pretty obvious they were trying. They were aiming for the head. I mean, they got him here-ish. It's pretty obvious they were aiming for the head. They got him on the left side of the neck. Um, I'm pretty sure that it was arterial from just the amount of blood. It had to have been arterial. There's nothing they could do at that point. I mean, if the carotid or the jugular is hit, I mean it's seconds. It's likely Charlie didn't feel anything. It's yesterday I was talking to my friend Carter, and if you've been watching for a while, yeah, that Carter, the IT guy Carter. Carter was just in a mood, and I asked him why, like, what's going on? He said the vibe's just off, and I teased him. I teased him. I was giving him shit for just being bummed out. Um, Man, I wonder if that wasn't some sort of premonition. Now looking back on it, I mean, it's probable that my friend was just having a shitty day, and then the next day Charlie Kirk gets assassinated. But it's strange nonetheless that these, like, within a couple hours, like, I was teasing him last night at like 10 o'clock, and then by noon, 1 o'clock, something like that. I mean, that is like weird. It's a weird coincidence, but it's a coincidence. It's weird though that it, like, within 14 hours ish. I I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what to say. Um, the story is pretty open and shut. I mean, Charlie was mid speech. He was shot in the neck. by a gunman from about 200 yards. And then, he collapsed. And I heard that when he reached the hospital, he had a pulse. Um, and then I heard that he was stabilized. I don't remember where I heard that he was stabilized, but even Benjamin Netanyahu, this update was 5:26. It's 5:34 right now. Benjamin Netanyahu says Kirk murdered for speaking truth. I mean, that's crazy that Charlie Kirk has that much reach. I I just want to put this picture up. That's Charlie and his young family. And someone decided that that wife deserves to lose her husband, that those children deserve to lose their father because they didn't like the things he said. I Here's the thing, right? I had this conversation with my wife when I thought about starting this. I said, there's a possibility that I get big enough, and there's a possibility that people will try to kill me because of the things that I say, because of my opinions and beliefs. And I asked her, I said, is that, are you okay with me pursuing this knowing that? And she said yes. And I have to imagine that Charlie and his wife had a similar conversation, but you never have that conversation with your kids. You never say, hey, daddy's got a job, but daddy's job might get him killed. These kids are going to grow up not understanding why. These children are going to grow up, and they're going to be hurt and angry for a long time. I hope for the best. I really do. I said a few prayers on the way home, hoping that Charlie would pull out of it, and there's not much you can do in that situation. I'm sure the round severed the jugular or the carotid. There was probably nothing they could do. I can't believe that this happened. I think this is the first major assassination of my lifetime. There have been attempts, but I think this is the first major assassination. Like, yeah, there was the United Healthcare CEO, and there have been assassinations in my lifetime, but I don't think we've ever seen someone as prominent as Charlie Kirk, for example. Um, yeah, and I know I gave Charlie shit about wearing suits and being a little old fashioned, not not saying bad words, but I can assure you, it was all in fun. I never didn't like Charlie Kirk. I didn't always agree with Charlie, but I never was like, oh, I hate Charlie Kirk. I always thought what he was doing was a net good. Um, I didn't necessarily always agree with how he went about it. I I didn't agree with the suit wearing. I'm a Republican. I wear a nice suit. Look at me, be a nice professional guy. I didn't always agree with that because a lot of us aren't that. A lot of us are guys that are wearing hard hats and we're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Not all of us wear suits. And so I was always like, yeah, cool, talk to the people that wear suits. But like the real base, And I would make fun of him for it, and in good fun, I promise. I would never make fun of him in a mean, hateful way. Because again, I thought overall, Charlie's doing a good thing. Charlie is bringing people to the right. I did think that he was talking a lot to people that already agreed with us, but I think that's what we all do. I don't think there's a ton of liberals that watch this show. When I see 50, 100 views on a video, I don't think, man, that's 50 to 100 liberals that have changed their mind and come to my position. That's 50 to 100 people that share my opinions. When it's 10 people, I don't think that's 10 liberals that have changed their mind. I think that's 10 people that agree with me. We just come here to hear ourselves. We come here to agree with ourselves. I think we all do it. And so would I tease Charlie about it? Of course. I would tease anyone about it. I would tease Tim Pool about pandering to milquetoast fence sitters, as Tim would put it. But this is completely different. This is taking a man's life because you don't like his opinions. And I can't help but wonder how much responsibility falls on the recent reportings, and you know who they are. The recent reportings that said that Charlie was racist for reporting on the Irina story, the young lady stabbed on the train. You think that might have motivated this? We had the same conversation, the same fucking conversation when Trump was shot. And we said, what's it going to take? What's it going to take for these fucking lunatics on the left that keep saying time and time again, this person is a racist, this person is a fascist, this person hates black people. Time and time again, we heard this. Over and over and over again. We've heard this about Trump. We've heard it about Charlie Kirk. We've heard it about Ben Shapiro. We've heard it about Steven Crowder. We've heard it about Glenn Beck, about Rush Limbaugh, about every fucking buddy on the right. Every fucking person on the right has been compared to Hitler, has been compared to Stalin, has been called a Nazi, has been called a fascist, a racist, a fucking whatever. Pick the fucking term of the day. And now it's cost people their lives. More than one. The gentleman that died when Trump was shot. Now Charlie. What more is it going to take? I'm at the point where I think the fucking Democrat Party should be designated as a terrorist organization at this fucking point. Our children are murdered in schools because of this fucking rhetoric. People can't speak their mind because of this fucking rhetoric. This rhetoric is pushed time and time again, over and over and over again. This rhetoric gets pushed that conservatives are Nazis, Republicans are Nazis, people on the right hate Jews, people on the right hate blacks, people on the right, over and over and over again. These lies are pushed. People are dying because of it. And what are we going to do? We're going to sit here and bitch about it. We're going to sit here and bitch because here's the rub. We have free speech in this country. And free speech is a very dangerous thing. Free speech is a lot like a gun. It's dangerous. Depending on how you use it, depends on the outcome of how dangerous it is. If you misuse speech, it's dangerous. If you lie, if you tell people that so-and-so is a Nazi fascist, well, you see the results. you see the results. That's all I got. We gotta hold these people responsible somehow. Was it Stelter? I think it was Stelter. Just want to make a fucking point here.
Most murders in the U.S. never become national news. This one's garnered attention for a couple of reasons. Number one, first and foremost, the recent release.
Second, the energy from pro-Trump activists. They picked up on this video from local news and ran with it. It's a little bit like the times when civil rights groups have raised attention about police-involved shootings. In this case, it is Trump-aligned influencers who are posting up a storm about this case on social media. Really, over the weekend, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, other Trump.
You hear it? You fucking hear it now? This fat fucking cunt and his fucking rhetoric. And it's not just the little weasel fuck Stelter. It's not just Stelter. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. They keep with their fucking rhetoric. And they're going to double down. I heard that MSNBC was insinuating that Charlie deserved to get shot. They're going to double down on it. They're going to say, well, yeah, he deserved it. He was racist. Racists deserve to get shot. If you could go back in time, wouldn't you shoot Hitler? Of course you would. Anyone would shoot Hitler. Hitler was bad. Charlie wasn't fucking Hitler. Charlie's children don't deserve to lose their father. Because you don't like the fucking things he says. There's a divide in this country. And it's getting bad. That's all I got. That's all I got. I got nothing but love for Charlie Kirk. I have nothing but hopes and prayers that his family is able to pull through this. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine what they're going through right now. I feel like I lost a friend. Like, I feel like if I would have met Charlie and teased him about being the stuffy suit wearing conservative, he'd have probably teased me back for being the dirty old grouchy conservative guy. Like, I really... That's all I got. I gotta go. I can't do any more today. That's all I have. I'm sorry to report this news. I wasn't even sure if I was going to do this. And I thought, I'm small enough that I could just delete everything and just go back to being a normal guy. Never know that I was here. I could delete everything. It would take me a minute to delete all the videos, but I could delete everything. Twitter, all of it. I could delete it and just be gone. But now I'm not going anywhere. I'm not running. I'm not hiding. I'm going to double the fuck down. And I'm going to stay right here until I'm the biggest fucking show on the fucking face of the earth. And I will continue to call out shitbags like fucking Brian Stelter and Van Jones, the pieces of scum-sucking shit that they are. I'll continue to call these people out. I will change the whole show from a news show to me calling these motherfuckers out, because this fucking rhetoric that these pieces of shit spew, that's everyone on The View, that's everyone on MSNBC, everyone on CNN, half the people on Fox are just as fucking bad. Every one of them. I will call out every one of these motherfuckers by name if I have to. That's all I got. I hope that Charlie is. I hope that Charlie's looking down on us, and I hope that Charlie is. I hope that he's in a better place. I really do. Yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. That's it.